Flag horse, come to the gate, please. Flag horse to the gate. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and we welcome you to Maury County Park for the 72nd time. The Maury County Horsemen's Association brings you the Columbia Spring Jubilee. And in the time-honored tradition of horse shows past and horse shows present, we welcome our flag horse to open the show by presenting our national colors. World champion 401K, a 5-year-old mare sired by Jose and out of a Sundrop mare. She's owned by Pam Betts. Picked to be our mount, the 2-year-old showing and winning. 2022 celebration, Kay and Pam won the novice all-day pleasure class of reserve world grand champions, finishing their season with blue ribbons and a full horseshoe in Asheville, North Carolina. They also received the Horse of the Year honors for their division. A grand horse, a grand rider, a grand old flag, and it's going to be a grand night for a horse show here in Columbia, Maury County, Tennessee for the 72nd annual Columbia Spring Jubilee. And to go with our time-honored tradition of opening our show with the presentation of our national colors, we also exercise that great privilege of prayer and paying homage to our national heritage. We're pleased to have with us the Reverend Bob Vassar, the retired pastor of the Pleasant Heights Baptist Church here in Columbia, for our sing of invocation, our national anthem to be sung by Angie Manning. Just now, with heads bowed and hats removed, let us pray.
Dear Father in heaven, we are grateful for the blessings that you place around us. Tonight we see the beauty of your creation in the sky as well as all around us, and we know that we'll see much more as the evening moves forward. We ask that you continue to keep it dry during the show, and then when the show is over, if you'd bless our fields with some rain, we'd deeply appreciate that as well. It is our deep hope that what we experience tonight will not only bring joy to our hearts, but it will also be a blessing to you. Everything that brings glory and honor to you is our heart's desire. We look to you for all that we need because we know that you are the shepherd, the great provider. You showed us that when you gave us Jesus, and thus we offer our prayer in his precious name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Angie, for a beautiful a cappella rendition of our national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the respect you showed our opening ceremonies. Thank you, Reverend Bob Vassar, for the singing of the invocation. Angie, our vocalist, is a first-year faculty member at Randolph-Howell Elementary School and the owner of a once-upon-a-time specialty shop. So for special birthday celebrations, Once Upon a Time and Angie Manning, our featured vocalist here tonight, and also with a cute new business opportunity. Our ringmasters for this 72nd annual show include Amelia Perry of Hampshire, Jay Brantley, and Russell Dial here in Columbia. Our judging panel includes the Honorable Robert Courtner of Winchester, the Honorable Alan McQuarrie, Harrisburg, Kentucky, and the Honorable Chad Williams, Murfreesboro. Brian Perry will be entertaining at the keyboard of the organ. Our photographer is Mr. Shane Shiflett from Asheboro, North Carolina. Dee Cantrell will be coordinating and tabulating the judges' cards. And I'm Bobby Sands. I'll be your horse show announcer. Our Riders' Cup class with Jeff Givens Memorial Trophy Model Open class. Our flag horse exhibitor had to change to come back in that class, but we'll call the class so they can begin making their way to center ring. Class 1, Riders' Cup, Jeff Givens Memorial Model Class. This is your gate call. Hey, bring them on, please. Come around to the north side, head to tail north side on the track. Have three more have reservations. Hey, come on, please. Need a class of 6. All right, there comes our 6th exhibitor to make a class of 6 for the model class. This Riders Cup Jeff Givens Memorial Model Class sponsorship is by Dickey Gardner Stables of the Riders Cup. Sponsor of the class is United Farm and Home Co-op here in Columbia. Permanent trophy compliments of Ridley Metals Incorporated. Ribbons compliments of Maple Crest Farms for the class. Youth Country Pleasure Riders, riders 17 and under, you go next. Class 2 be standing on ready. Back numbers showing, please. Show your back numbers, Marine. First tying the blue ribbon in the class, and the first blue ribbon of this 72nd annual Columbia Spring Jubilee will pull to your right, park in on the grass to the opposite side, looking for Shane Shiflett, our photographer, to make your winning photo. First tying the blue ribbon in the class, 180, Catherine Zeta Jones. Robert Nelms at the halter. Ed Lucasvic owns the entry, Crittenden, Kentucky. Robert Nelms and Catherine Zeta Jones, 180 to the blue. Reserve award in the class, on the same side you're lined up for your ribbons. 821, Loose in the outfield. Justin Miller at the reins. Ronnie and Beth Reed on the entry, Petersburg. Justin Miller and Loose in the outfield, 821 to reserve. 188 is third, My Miranda Lambert. Laurie Toon at the reins. Brandon Tate and Russian Creek Walkers owns the entry, Athens, Alabama. Laurie Toon and My Miranda Lambert, 188, are third. 169 is fourth, Time for Honors. Valton Rummage. Our exhibitor, Mariella Fugger, the owner, Munich, Germany, and Perry, Georgia. Valton Rummage of Columbia and Time for Honors, 169 to the fourth award. 183 is fifth, She's Designed to Push. Kyle Elliott, your exhibitor, Gardner and Madeline Cross Heener on the entry, Roswell, Georgia. Kyle Elliott and She's Designed to Push, 183 to the fifth tie. Sixth award, 811, Cowtide and Chrome. Bobby Manis, your exhibitor, John DeSima owns the entry, Camden. Bobby Manis and Cowtide and Chrome, 811 are sixth. Enjoying that blue ribbon stroll, that's Cap Robert Nelms at the halter, Catherine Zeta Jones for Ed Lukovic, Critterton, Kentucky. Give Robert a nice round of applause as he leaves the show ring. Call now for Class 2. Our young riders of Country Pleasure, riders 17 and under. This is your gate call. Looking for 2. Hey, bring them on, please.
Or contender or business on the Walking Horse Report online. The Walking Horse Report is your source for the most up-to-date news and show results day after day. Call 931-580-5085 to start your advertising today.
All right, honorable judges, that's the class. Young riders, Country Pleasure, our riders 17 and under. Now go to running walk, please. Show it a running walk. Walk, please. Now reverse. Reverse and continue to go at a flat walk. 222, It's a Night to Remember. Alex Luttrell, your exhibitor. 223, I'm Soldier Boy and Wilder Way is riding. On the reverse, show it a flat walk, please. 2-year-old mares and geldings, class 3, you go next. 2-year-old mares and geldings goes next. Now go on at a running walk, please. Country Pleasure riders at a running walk. Walk. All right, it's lineup time. North side. Come around to the north side on the lineup. This class sponsored by the Maury County Horsemen's Association, the Permanent Trophy Compliments of Columbia Neon, ribbons by Maple Crest Farms. Blue ribbon winner again will be asking you to pull to your right and go to the opposite side to receive your award. 222 claims the honors. It's a night to remember. Alex Luttrell riding, Jeff and Lisa Fisher on the entry, Franklin, Kentucky. Alex Luttrell on the entry, it's a night to remember, to the blue. Reserve award to 223, I'm Soldier Boy. Wilder Way is the owner and up for more trace. Wilder Way and I'm Soldier Boy, 223 to reserve. On the blue ribbon ride, that's Alex Luttrell riding the entry on by Jeff and Lisa Fisher of Franklin, Kentucky. It's a night to remember. Blue ribbon winner in the Country Pleasure Young Riders class. Call now for Class 3, our Riders Cup class for 2-year-old mares and geldings. This is your gate call. Hold up on the gate, trying to rush the blue ribbon presentation. Now wearing the blue on a blue ribbon ride, that's Alex Luttrell. It's a night to remember. Give her a nice round of applause as she leaves the show ring. Now the call is for the Riders Cup 2-year-old mares and geldings looking for 9 entries in the class. Riders Cup sponsorship of Keith and Lorraine Rosberry's. Class sponsored in memory of the late Wink Gruber, and the memorial trophies the Jimmy Walters Memorial Trophy, the permanent trophy by Great Oaks Farm of Bill Williams in Ripley, Tennessee. Ribbons, Maple Crest Farms.
TV, multi-title champion, a king thing, and Bob Adcock are ready to add more titles to their already impressive resume. A Kingpin and Bob are no strangers to the winner's circle and always ready for strike in the amateur 15-2 and under competition. Honored in Texas is ready to make his mark in the 5-year-old amateur competition. World champion, Born a Maverick, will be taking on the 4-year-old Stallions divisions. All rides are in loving memory of Michael Scott Adcock.
Hey, come on, please, to your mares and geldings. Hey, bring 'em on. Have one, here's two. All right, 8 entries have answered our gate call. To your mares and geldings. On the rail, go at a flat walk. Judge Williams will be the call judge. All right, take them on, let them run them walk, let them walk on. Walk, back to a flat walk. Now reverse, please. 151, she's a honky-tonk girl, and that's Jimmy McConnell riding. 161, rider. 208, Yellow Ledbetter. Renardo Green is up. 217, Sandra Day O'Connor, and R.M. Kellett rides. 237, Miss Atlanta Lively with Justin Harris up. And 813, Charlie in Motion with Dick Peebles riding. All right, exhibitors, on the reverse, show us these 2-year-old mares and geldings. Show them at a flat walk. All right, take them on, let them run and walk, let them walk on. Walk. All right, it's line up time. Again, we go to the north side. North side on the track, line them up on the ringmaster, please. And let's compliment this good class with your applause. The Riders' Cup sponsorship by Keith and Lorraine Rosberry. Sponsorship of this class in memory of the late Wink Groover. The Jimmy Walters Memorial Trophy, remembering our great friend Jimmy Walters, a true horse lover and lover of horse shows. Permanent trophy, the Great Oaks Farm, Bill Williams, Ripley, Tennessee, Ribbons, Maple Crest Farms. Thank you, Brian, for remembering that great old tune from the Platters. First time the blue ribbon winner in the class, again, pull to your right and go to the opposite side to receive your award and have the photograph by our photographer Shane Shiflett. First time the blue ribbon goes to 208, Yellow Ledbetter. Renardo Green is riding. Martin Cox owns entry, London, Kentucky. Renardo Green and Yellow Ledbetter, 208 to the blue. Reserve in this good class of 2-year-old mares and geldings. 217, Sandra Day O'Connor. R.E.M. Kellett is riding. The entry owned by Spencer Carey Benedict of Murfreesboro. R.E.M. Kellett and Sandra Day O'Connor, 217 to reserve. Third award to 161, I'm Boss Lady. Bill Calloway rides for the owner Bob Adcock, Lettuce, Pennsylvania. Bill Calloway on I'm Boss Lady, 161 to the third award. Fourth tie to 151, She's a Honky Tonk Girl. Jimmy McConnell rides. Tommy McGee and Darlene Zamora's entry, Shelbyville and Lenore, North Carolina. Jimmy McConnell on She's a Honky Tonk Girl, 151 to the fourth tie. 237 is fifth, Miss Atlanta Lively. Justin Harris rides. Tom Hodges family entry, Murfreesboro. Justin Harris and Miss Atlanta Lively, 237 are fifth. Sixth award to 192, She Calls the Shots. Robbie Bradley rides. Martin Cox owns entry, London, Kentucky. Seventh award to 813, Charlie in Motion. Dick Peebles riding. Doug Quires entry, Pleasantville, Kentucky. Dick Peebles on Charlie in Motion, 813 to the seventh award. Eighth to 204, Hey Miss Kitty. Tanner Burks is your rider. Zach and Allie Gibson on the entry, Tuscumbia, Alabama. Tanner Burks and Hey Miss Kitty, 204 are eighth. Oh, let's take a look. That's Renardo Green leaving the show ring with the blue ribbon on Yellow Ledbetter in the class for the 2-year-old mares and geldings. Entry owned by Martin Cox, London, Kentucky. Call now for Class 4, amateur riders on light shod horses. Class sponsored by Bruce and Linda Vaughn. Trophy by the Ridley Retail Fixtures.
Report TV is brought to you by Bruce and Robin McDonald. 4-time World Grand Champion and 11-time World Champion Mr. Heisman will be making big plays in the Elite Division. The 2022 3-year-old World Grand Champion and World Champion, Cavender, is looking forward to the 4-year-old Stallions competition in 2023. Watch for 2-time World Grand Champion and 6-time World Champion Uptight Jose in the Elite and Amateur Mares and Geldings division. And watch for All His Own to make a name for himself in the amateur 5-year-old mares and geldings division. Your support is greatly appreciated.
All right, Susan, your one-horse exhibition. Show us how it's done in blue ribbon style. Going at a flat walk. Now go to run and walk, please, Susan. Walk, back to a flat walk. Now reverse, please. go to running walk, please. Show a running walk. Walk. All right, it's line-up time to the north rail, please. Let's compliment Susan Coleman with a nice round of applause for our blue ribbon presentation on Roscoe Jenkins. Susan gives her address as Unionville, and that's the way we'll announce it, but we claim her as one of Maury County's own. Home is Maury County for Miss Susan originally. All right, Susan, whoever Shane wants to make the photograph, pose up blue ribbon pretty for us. Once again, we congratulate Susan Coleman, the owner and exhibitor of Roscoe Jenkins, on a blue ribbon presentation in the class for the amateur riders on light shod horses. Give Susan a nice round of applause as she comes down the south rail. Call now for the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders and Exhibitors Association Youth Medallion Pleasure Class, a canter class. We're looking for 2 entries in the class. Class sponsored by the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders and Exhibitors Association. Ribbons, compliments, L&M Awards. 2 entries. Hey, come on, please.
The Walking Horse Report Online is brought to you by the Stallions of Spencer Benedict Stables. World Grand Champion, I'm Copperfield. World Grand Champion, Lester H. Burns. World Grand Champion, putting cash on the line. The Perfect Hawk, Geronimo. World Grand Champion, The Who. World Champion, Omaha. World Champion, El Zorro Star. World Grand Champion, Mr. True Blue. World Grand Champion, Jose It Ain't So. And spotted World Grand Champion, Trouble Rising. Call Spencer or Carrie Benedict today to book your mares.
All right, that's the class. Young riders on the rail go to flat walk. Now go on at a running walk, please. Show it a running walk. Walk, back to a flat walk. Canter time, show the canter. Walk. Now reverse, please. 231 is Mr. Deeds, and that's Kate Cowan riding from Bowling Green. And 817, Obey My Command, Georgia Hazelwood riding. On the reverse, now show it a flat walk, please. Amateur riders on the 3-year-old mares and geldings, you go next. Class 6, amateur riders, 3-year-old mares and geldings, be standing on ready. Now go to run and walk, please. Show to run and walk. Walk. Canter time, show the canter. Canter, please. Walk. All right, line up north rail, north side. This youth medallion pleasure class is sponsored by the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders and Exhibitors Association. Ribbons, compliments, L&M Awards. Blue ribbon in the class. To the opposite side, please. 231, Mr. Deeds. Kate Cowan is the owner and rider, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Kate Cowan and Mr. Deeds, 231 to the blue. Reserve award in the class 817, Obey My Command. Georgia Hazelwood is riding. Corbin Parker on his entry, Frank Ewan. Corbin Parker's entry, Obey My Command with Georgia Hazelwood to reserve. Let's take a look at our blue ribbon winner, Mr. Deeds. Kate Cowan making the blue ribbon ride. She's the owner of Bowling Green. Give Kate a nice round of applause as she leaves the show ring. Call now for the amateur riders on the 3-year-old mares and geldings. This is your gate call. Hey, bring them on, please. Class sponsored by Jenna Mighty and Mike Floyd of Columbia. Permanent trophy compliments of Fike Chevrolet, Hamilton, Alabama.
Dale Steinmetz and Shannon Sims present their show ring champions and proudly bring you the Walking Horse Report Online. World champion Miss Heavenly Cash and Shelby Sims will be taking on the amateur mares and geldings competition. World champion and world grand champion The Maiden will be in the open and amateur 4-year-old trail pleasure with Lori Toon and Dale Steinmetz. And homegrown Gin in Heels is taking on the 3-year-old mares competition.
Amateur riders, come on, please. 3-year-old mares and geldings. Class 6, hey, bring them on. Here's one of 9. Hey, come on. All right, our paddock master closes the gate. Amateur riders on your 3-year-old mares, class 6, go to flat walk, please. Show it a flat walk. Judge Williams will call the class. Now take them on at a running walk, let them walk on. 3-year-old mares and geldings go at a running walk. Walk, back to the flat walk. Now reverse, please. 47 is Uncle Joe Simmons and Terry Logan Lunsford is riding. 155 is Watermelon Sugar and Carol Shelton is up. 158 Miss Annie Rose with Danny Hicks riding. 187 Charlie's Heart of Gold with Kim Arnold, your rider. 190 Viva Tequila and Stacy Blackburn rides. 193 Wicked Gin and Jaden Jackson is up. 202 is Lady 8 with Christy Warner riding. And 209 Bonnie Parker, CCF with Dr. David Bullock riding. And 213 Marshall Mathers with Tom Gold up. On the reverse now, riders, show your mares and geldings at a flat walk. Now take 'em on at a running walk, let 'em walk on. Show your mares and geldings at a running walk. Walk. Back to a flat walk. All right, let's line up on the north side, north rail. And would you compliment these amateur riders for a nice presentation with their 3-year-old mares and geldings? This class sponsored by Jenna Mighty and Mike Floyd of Columbia. The permanent trophy compliments of Fike Chevrolet, Hamilton, Alabama. Ribbons from the Maple Crest Farm. First tied in the blue ribbon in the class around to the opposite side to receive your award is Miss Annie Rose, 158 the number, and Danny Hicks the rider. Danny and Kathy Hicks on the entry, Candor, North Carolina. Danny Hicks on Miss Annie Rose to the blue. Reserve honors in the good class to 190 Viva Tequila. Stacy Blackburn is the owner and up Franklin. Stacy Blackburn and Viva Tequila to reserve. Third award in the class to 209 Bonnie Parker CCF. David Bullock is riding. Dr. David Bullock, the owner and up, Mount Vernon, Kentucky. David Bullock and Bonnie Parker CCF to the third award. 47 is fourth. Uncle Joe Simmons. Terry Logan Lunsford is the owner rider, Nicholasville, Kentucky. Terry Logan Lunsford and Uncle Joe Simmons, 47 to the fourth tie. 213 is fifth, Marshall Mathers. Tom Gold rides. Judy Gold owns the entry, Dallas, Texas. Tom Gold is up on Marshall Mathers, 213 to the fifth award. 155 is six, Watermelon Sugar. Carol Shelton riding. Steve and Carol Shelton on the entry. Mason, Carol Shelton and Watermelon Sugar, 155 are six. 193 is seventh, Wicked Gin. Jaden Jackson is the owner rider, Shelbyville. Jaden Jackson and Wicked Gin, 193 are seventh. 187 is eighth, Charlie's Heart of Gold. Kim Arnold riding. Tony and Kim Arnold on the entry. Max Meadows, Virginia. Kim Arnold on Charlie's Heart of Gold, 187 to the eighth tie. Let's take a look at our blue ribbon winner coming around. That's Danny Hicks showing us Miss Annie Rose to the blue. Danny and Kathy Hicks on the entry, Candor, North Carolina. Give him a nice blue ribbon round of applause as he rides down the north rail with the Jubilee blue ribbon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the blue ribbon and the World Championship title will go to entry number 430.
All right, young riders on the rail, go at a flat walk, please. Flat walk. Now go on at a run and walk, please. Show it a run and walk. Walk. Canter time. Show the canter. Walk. Now reverse, please. 185 is Cash Reaction. Finley Grace Brooks is riding. 186 Ritzy General with Laney Mullinax up. 232 The Family Jewels with Kate Cowan riding. And 233 is Jose's Bambino with John Garrett Burton, your exhibitor. On the reverse, young riders, in this youth medallion class, show it a flat walk, please. Now go to run and walk, please. Show it a run and walk. Walk, back to the flat walk. Now canter time, show the canter. Walk. All right, ringmaster says go to the south rail. Line up on the south side. First time the blue ribbon in the class come to the opposite side, the north rail for the presentation. It's entry number 232, the Family Jewels. Cowan is riding, Lee Stewart on the entry, Alvaton, Kentucky. Kate Cowan and the Family Jewels to the blue. Reserve award in the class on the same side that you lined up. 185 Cash Reaction. Finley Grace Brooks is riding, Kim Widener owns entry, South Elm, Washington. Finley Grace Brooks and Cash Reaction 185 are reserved. 233 is third, Jose's Bambino. John Garrett Burton, the owner, end up Bowling Green. John Garrett Burton and Jose's Bambino, 233 are third. 186 is fourth, Ritzy General. Laney Mullinax, your rider. Angela Mullinax owns the entry, Woodbury. All right, let's take a look at our blue ribbon rider. Kate Cowan rides the Family Jewels to a blue ribbon award in the class for the Tennessee Walking Horse Breeders and Exhibitors Association Youth Medallion Performance Class. Entry home to Lee Stewart, Alvaton, Kentucky. Kate Cowan and the Family Jewels rides with the blue. Call now for Class 8, the amateur riders on 2-year-old stallions. Amateur riders, 2-year-old stallions, we're looking for 6 entries in the class. Class sponsored by Nashville Vapor. Memorial trophy is in honor of the late Jack Warren. Spring Hill, given by the J.P. Dew family of Columbia. Also featured in the class is the Harlan-Sale Challenge Trophy and the
Report TV is brought to you by Tenda Horse Products, LLC, and FarmPaint.com.
We breed the best of the best and want our farm looking its best. The Farm Paint store makes it easy. They've got everything: fence paint, barn paint, even dustless footing for our arena. Oh yeah, customer service is important too, and Farm Paint delivers. This is our home. We plan on protecting it for future generations. All it takes is Farm Paint.
4 of 6 have answered the gate call. Come on, please. All right, 5 entries have answered our gate call. Put them on the rail and go to flat walk, please. Now go on at a running walk, please. Amateur riders, show your 2-year-old stallions at a running walk. Walk. Now reverse, please. 152 is Illusion. Stacy Blackburn is riding. 163, Testify with Kim Leonard. 198, Tar Heels High Tone Jose with Michael Mosella up. 218, Coach with Honors and Howard Eastreet's rides. And 234 is Limbaugh with Janie Chapman up. On the reverse, show it a flat walk, please. Now go on at a running walk, please. Let them walk on. Walk. All right, it's line up time. North rail, please. Watch your ringmaster go to the north rail. Let's compliment our amateur riders on a nice presentation of 2-year-old stallions. That means your applause, please. Again, this class sponsored by Nashville Vapor, the Jack Warren Memorial Trophy, originally donated by the J.P. Dew family of Columbia in honor of Jack Warren Spring Hill, the Harlansdale Challenge Trophy in the class, permanent trophy by Georgia Florida Line and Robert Deutsch of Greensboro, North Carolina, ribbons compliments of Maple Crest Farms. First time the blue ribbon in the class, riding to your right and around to the opposite side to receive the award, 234 Limbaugh. Janie Chapman, the on and up from Owens Crossroads, Alabama. Janie Chapman and Limbaugh, 234 to the blue. Reserve award in the class to 198 Tar Heels High Tone Jose. Michael Mostella is on and up from Bartlett, Tennessee. Michael Mostella on Tar Heels High Tone Jose, 198 to reserve. Third award to 152 Illusion. Stacy Blackburn is the on and up from Franklin. Stacy Blackburn and Illusion 152 are third. 218 is fourth, Coach with Honors. Howard Eastridge is your exhibitor. Mr. and Ms. Howard Eastridge on the entry, Columbia, Kentucky. Howard Eastridge and Coach with Honors, 218 to the fourth tie. Fifth award to 163, Testify. Kim Leonard, your rider. Scott and Kim Leonard on the entry, Franklin. Kim Leonard. Oh, Janie, you and the horse look good either way. Limbaugh. Janie Chapman, the on and up, Owens Crossroads, Alabama. Across the board, unanimous selection of the judging panel for their blue ribbon honors. Give Janie a nice round of applause as she comes down the south rail. Call now for Class 9, the amateur riders on mares and geldings. Class number 9, this is your gate call. We're looking for 8 entries in the class. Hey, bring them on, please. Class sponsored by Baum World Grand Champion Justified Honors.
Don't miss the chance to promote your contender or business on the Walking Horse Report online. The Walking Horse Report is your source for the most up-to-date news and show results day after day. Call 931-580-5085 to start your advertising today.
All right, that should be the class. 8 entries have answered our gate call. Amateur riders on the mares and geldings go on the rail and go at a flat walk, please. All right, amateur riders, take your mares and geldings on at a run and walk. Let them walk on. Walk. Now reverse, please. 156 is a Neon Cowboy. Glenda Nichols rides. 164, Pink Floyd with Lisa Baum up. 179, a home run by Ted. Greg Kaiser is riding. 197, Jose's Thunderstruck with Baron Witherspoon riding. 205, Miss Stone's Cash. Noel Botch is your rider. And 238, Ventuino. Debbie Williams rides. 801, True Titleist Masterpiece and Jay Crunk. And 802, The Phenom with Shirley Vandergriff. Now amateur riders on the reverse. Show it a flat walk. All right, amateur riders, show your mares and geldings. Show them at a run and walk. Let them walk on. Walk. All right, it's lineup time. Watch your ringmaster go to the north rail. This class sponsored by World Grand Champion Justified Honors and the Baum family of Shelbyville. Permanent trophy compliments of Ridley Metals Incorporated. And the ribbons compliments of Maple Crest Farm. First time the blue ribbon in the class, ride to your right and around to the opposite side to receive the awards. It's 156, a Neon Cowboy. Glenda Nichols, the owner and up, Ozark, Missouri. Glenda Nichols on a Neon Cowboy to the blue in the class for the amateur riders on the mares and geldings. Reserve award in the class goes to him 179, a home run by Ted. Greg Kaiser rides. Greg Kaiser family entry, Rosedale, Virginia. Greg Kaiser and a home run by Ted, 179 to reserve. 205 is third, Miss Stone's Cash. Noel Bosch is your rider. On and up from Shelbyville, Noel Bosch and Miss Stone's Cash, 205 are third. 164 is fourth, a Pink Floyd. Lisa Baum is your owner and rider, Shelbyville. Lisa Baum and a Pink Floyd, 164 are fourth. 802 is fifth, the Phenom. Shirley Vandergriff is riding. Norris and Shirley Vandergriff on the entry, Madisonville, Kentucky. Shirley Vandergriff and the Phenom, 802 are fifth. 197 is sixth, Jose's Thunderstruck. Baron Witherspoon, the owner and up, Cocoa Beach, Florida. Baron Witherspoon and Jose's Thunderstruck, 197 or 6. Seventh award, 801, Titleist Masterpiece. Jay Crunk rides. Dan and Jay Crunk on the entry, Walnut Hill, Illinois. Dan and Jay Crunk's entry of Titleist Masterpiece to the seventh time. Eighth award to 238, Ventino. Debbie Williams, the owner and up from Columbia. Debbie Pleasure Horses, optional tack. Amateur riders on Country Pleasure, Class 10, sponsored by the Hanner Myatt of Myatt Manor Farm. Permanent trophy compliments of Wilhelm Equine, Shelbyville, and the Ribbons Maple Crest Farm. Looking for 4 entries in the class, Country Pleasure. Hey, come on.
The Bob Adcock family and their contenders bring you Report TV. Multi-title champion, a king thing, and Bob Adcock are ready to add more titles to their already impressive resume. A Kingpin and Bob are no strangers to the winner's circle and always ready for strike in the amateur 15-2 and under competition. Honored in Texas is ready to make his mark in the 5-year-old amateur competition. World champion, Born a Maverick, will be taking on the 4-year-old Stallions divisions. All rides are in loving memory of Michael Scott Adcock.
Country Pleasure riders on the rail at a flat walk, please. Now ride on at a running walk, please. Show a running walk. Walk. Now reverse, please. 184 is the Blackout LD. Jaden Jackson is riding. 189 is Bella Bell and Cheryl Ward is up. 191, Hey Charlene and Amanda Manis rides. And 224 is Stapleton with Maggie Moore up. On the reverse now, Country Pleasure riders show a flat walk. Now go on at a running walk, please. Show a running walk. Walk. All right, it's lineup time on the north rail, please. Country Pleasure riders go to the north rail. This class sponsored by Hannah Myatt of Myatt Manor. The permanent trophy compliments Wellhelm Equine Shelbyville, Ribbons Maple Crest Farms. Wheeling class under halter, class 11. You come next. First time the blue ribbon in the class around to the opposite side to receive the award is 224 Stapleton. Maggie Moore is riding. Jim Leake and Maggie Moore on the entry. Christiana. Maggie Moore and Stapleton to the blue. Reserve award in the class to 191, Hey Charlene. Amanda Manis is riding. Amanda Justin and Walker Manis on the entry, Shelbyville. Amanda Manis and Hey Charlene, 191 to reserve. Third award to 189, Bella Bell. Cheryl Ward, the owner and up, Charlotte, North Carolina. Cheryl Ward and Bella Bell, 189 are third. 184 is fourth, the Blackout LD. Jaden Jackson, the owner and up, Shelbyville. Jaden Jackson and the Blackout LD, 184 to the fourth award. Maggie Moore on Stapleton to the blue. Jim Leake and Maggie Moore on the entry, Christiana. Blue ribbon winner in the class for country pleasure riders in the amateur division. Riders Cup, Weenland's class 11. We're looking for 2 entries in the class. 2 entries in the Weenland class, class 11. Class sponsored by the World Grand Champion Weenland of 2022, Charlene Darlin. Permanent trophy compliments of Bob and Frida Jones. Riders Cup sponsorship by Joe Lynn Concrete Construction Company. Gate is open and bring them on, please. Looking for 2. Now reverse, please. 170 is Shade of Honor, Jaron Dotson at the halter. 181, I Am Robert Nelms with Robert Nelms. right, it's lineup time. Over to the north side. Amateur riders over 4-year-old stallions, you go next. Class 12 amateur riders, 4-year-old stallions. The Riders' Cup sponsorship for the Wheelmans by Joe Lynn Concrete and Construction Company. The sponsor for this ring, the 2022 World Grand Champion Wheeling, Charlene Darling. Permanent trophy compliments of Bob and Frida Jones. Ribbons compliments of Maple Crest Farm. First time blue ribbon in the class around to the opposite side. I am Robert Nems by Robert Nems. Joe Link owns the entry. Mount Juliet, Robert Nems, and I am Robert Nems to the blue. Reserve award to 170 Shade of Honor. Jaron Dotson, your exhibitor for James Campbell, the owner, New Orleans, Louisiana. Jaron Dotson and Shade of Honor, 170 to reserve. All right, Robert Nems shows us I am Robert Nems to the blue in the wheeling class, owned by Joe Link of Mount Juliet. Call now for Class 12, the amateur riders on the 4-year-old stallions. We're looking for 4 entries in the class. Class 12, the amateur riders on 4-year-old stallions. Hey, bring them on, please.
The Bob Adcock family and their contenders bring you Report TV. Multi-title champion, a king thing, and Bob Adcock are ready to add more titles to their already impressive resume. A Kingpin and Bob are no strangers to the winner's circle and always ready for strike in the amateur 15-2 and under competition. Honored in Texas is ready to make his mark in the 5-year-old amateur competition. World champion, Born a Maverick, will be taking on the 4-year-old Stallions divisions. All rides are in loving memory of Michael Scott Adcock.
Anybody else coming for this class? See or hear from anybody? If nobody's coming, let's close the gate. Come quickly. Now on the rail, let's go with a flat walk, please. Everybody moving, everybody showing at a flat walk. Now take them on out of run and walk, let them walk on. Walk. Now reverse, please. 178 is Black Line. Ryan Pilkington is your rider. 194 Chaos SF with Jack Heffington up. 210 Asking for a Friend with Ginger Williams riding. And 823 is Primo with Carol Lackey up. On the reverse, amateur riders, show your 4-year-old stallions. Show them at a flat walk. Now take them on out of run and walk, let them walk on. Show your 4-year-old stallions, show them how to run and walk. Walk. All right, north rail for the lineup to the north rail. Show pleasure, young riders, 17 and under, class 13. You go next, class 13. Be standing on ready. Show pleasure, riders, 17 and under. This show ring is sponsored by Howard Eastridge Construction and Howard O'Brien Eastridge. Memorial trophies to Mr. and Ms. Woodrow Willis Memorial Trophy given by Sharon and Steve Glassemeyer. Permanent trophy compliments of Ridley Retail Fixtures. Ribbons compliments of Maple Crest Farms. First time the blue ribbon in the class, around to the right, around to the opposite side to receive your award. It's 823 Primo. Carol Lackey rides. Jimmy and Carol Lackey on the entry. Shelbyville. Carol Lackey and Primo to the blue. Reserve honors in the class to your left, please. Same side, 194 Chaos SF. Jack Heffington, the on and up, War Trace. Jack Heffington and Chaos SF 194 to reserve. Third award to 210, Asking for a Friend. Ginger Williams, the on and up, Reidsville, North Carolina. Ginger Williams and Asking for a Friend, 210, our third. 178 is fourth, Black Line. Ryan Pilkington is your rider. Ryan and Amber Pilkington on the entry, Columbia. Ryan Pilkington and Black Line, 178, are fourth. Let's take a look at our Blue Ribbon winner and across the board unanimous selection of the judging panel for the Blue Ribbon honors. That's Carol Lackey on Primo. Jimmy and Carol Lackey on the entry, Shelbyville. Give Carol a nice round of applause as she leaves the show ring. Call now for Class 13. Show Pleasure Young Riders 17 and under. Class sponsored by the Cottonwood Farms LLC. The trophy by Jacob, Dr. Brittany, and Bentley Baum. Gate is open and bring them on, please. We're looking for 9 entries in the class. Young Riders Show.
Report TV is brought to you by Bruce and Robin McDonald. 4-time World Grand Champion and 11-time World Champion Mr. Heisman will be making big plays in the Elite Division. The 2022 3-year-old World Grand Champion and World Champion Cavender is looking forward to the 4-year-old Stallions competition in 2023. Watch for 2-time World Grand Champion and 6-time World Champion Uptight Jose in the war all his own to make a name for himself in the amateur 5-year-old mares and geldings division. Your support is greatly appreciated.
What about it, Mr. Paddock Master? Anybody else coming? We're looking for 9. All right, close the gate and on the rail we go. Show them at a flat walk, please. Young riders go at a flat walk. Judge Corden will call the class. All right, young riders, take your show pleasure horses on, let them run and walk, let them walk on. Walk. Now reverse, please. 157 is Nico Moon. Mason Taylor is riding. 173 National Hero with Dylan Jackson up. 176 L's Predicted Storm with John Winston Clark, your rider. 177 Title Sweepstakes with Harper Grider up. 182 My Name Jose with Georgia Hazelwood showing. 201 I'm Coach Cal with Allie Joe Jacobs riding. 203 Watch the Line with Jacqueline Gardner up. 214 They Call Me Samson, Cohen Abernathy riding. And 822 I Am Jose Jr. with Corbin Parker riding. On the reverse now, young riders, show it a flat walk. All right, young riders, take a deep seat, show your horses and show them how to run and walk, let them walk on. Walk, back to a flat walk. All right, it's lineup time. Young riders go to the north rail. Line them up on the north side. And let's give our young riders on the show pleasure horses a nice round of applause. Class 14 Riders Cup Park Pleasure for horses 5 and under. You go next. Class 14 be standing on ready. This class sponsored by the Cottonwood Farms, LLC, the permanent trophy compliments of Jacob and Dr. Brittany and Bentley Baum, and the ribbons compliments of Maple Crest Farms. First time the blue ribbon in the class to the opposite side, pulling to your right, 157 Nico Moon. Mason Taylor is riding, Eric and Mason Taylor on the entry, Nesbitt, Mississippi. Mason Taylor and Nico Moon to the blue. Strike that, I'm sorry. My era. That's right. And I apologize to Mason because I just read the wrong line. First time blue ribbon, 201, I'm Coach Cal. Allie Joe Jacobs, the owner rider Murfreesboro. Allie Joe Jacobs and I'm Coach Cal to the blue. Reserve honors in the class to 177 titled sweepstakes. Harper Grider is riding. Tom Ware owns entry, Cynthiana, Kentucky. Harper Grider entitled sweepstakes 177 to reserve. 214 is third. They call me Sampson. Cohen Abernathy is your rider. Boston Kate Tillman's entry, Shelbyville. Cohen Abernathy on They Call Me Sampson, 214 to the third award. 176 is fourth, L's Predicted Storm. John Winston Clark is your rider from the Clark Farms, Arab, Alabama. John Winston Clark and L's Predicted Storm, 176 to the fourth award. 157 is fifth, Nico Moon. Mason Taylor, the owner and rider. Eric and Mason Taylor on the entry, Nesbitt, Mississippi. Mason Taylor rides Nico Moon, 157 to the fifth award. 203 is six, Watch the Line. Jacqueline Gardner riding, Kurt and Kirsten Branch and Pat and Jamie Gardner on the entry, Shelbyville. Watch the Line and Jacqueline Gardner are six. 7th award, 822, I Am Jose Jr. Corbin Parker, the rider, the owner and up, Frank Ewan. Corbin Parker and I Am Jose Jr., 822, our 7th. 8th award to 173, Dylan Jackson. On National Hero and Dylan Jackson, Todd Jackson family owns the entry, Monroe, Georgia. National Hero is 8th, 173. Let's take a look at Allie Jo Jacobs. She's the owner and rider from Murfreesboro on I'm Coach Cal, 201 her number. Give her a nice round of applause as she leaves the show ring. Allie Jo Jacobs, Murfreesboro, Blue Ribbon winner on I'm Coach Cal. Call now for Class 14, the Riders' Cup class for Park Pleasure horses 5 years of age and under. This show ring sponsored by All Hands on Deck, Permanent Trophy.
Report TV is brought to you by Bruce and Robin McDonald. 4-time World Grand Champion and 11-time World Champion Mr. Heisman will be making big plays in the Elite Division. The 2022 3-year-old World Grand Champion and World Champion, Cavender, is looking forward to the 4-year-old Stallions competition in 2023. Watch for 2-time World Grand Champion and 6-time World Champion Uptight Jose in the Elite and Amateur Mares and Geldings division. And watch for All His Own to make a name for himself in the amateur 5-year-old Mares and Geldings division. Your support is greatly appreciated.
Park Pleasure horses, come on, please. Class 14, Park Pleasure, come on. All right, close the gate, and that's the class. Park Pleasure riders on your 5 years of age, 5 and under horses, go to flat walk, please. Show a flat walk. Now take them on at a run and walk, please. Show it a run and walk. Walk. Now reverse, please. 172, late night at the Ritz. Patrick Thomas is riding. Then 221, midnight at Dixie's. Jamie Thompson, your rider. 240, the Georgia Lineman with Jonathan Baskin up. 804, Jose's Code of Honor MM with Jesse Martin. 819, Diablo with Jeff Laughlin riding. Amanda Jeff Laughlin and Diablo, 819. 820, He's Causing Mayhem. Chad Thompson is riding. On the reverse, go at a flat walk, please. Now go ahead and run and walk, please. Show it a run and walk. Walk. All right, it's line up time to the north rail. In this class for the Riders' Cup, the Park Pleasure Riders on horses 5 and under, the first time blue ribbon goes to 172, Late Night at the Ritz. Patrick Thomas is riding the entry on Belisa Baum of Shelbyville. Patrick Thomas and Late Night at the Ritz to the blue. Reserve honors in the class go to 819 Diabla. Jeff Laughlin riding, Amanda Justin and Walker Manis on the entry Shelbyville. Jeff Laughlin and Diabla 819 are reserved. Third award to 820, He's Causing Mayhem. Chad Thompson rides the entry owned by Jimmy Sauls of Fremont, North Carolina. Chad Thompson and He's Causing Mayhem 820 to the third award. 240 is fourth, the Georgia lineman. Jonathan Baskin, your rider. Jamie Amos owns the entry, Clarksville. Jonathan Baskin on the Georgia lineman, 240 to the fourth award. Fifth to 221, Midnight at Dixie's. Jamie Thompson is riding the entry owned by Kelly Clark, College Grove. Jamie Thompson on Midnight at Dixie's for the owner Kelly Clark to the fifth time. Let's take a look at our blue ribbon winner coming around. Patrick Thomas riding the entry of Lisa Baum, Shelbyville. Late Night at the Ritz. Good blue ribbon night at Columbia. Oh, it's time to take a concession stand break. That's right. The Mount Pleasant Bass fishing team again sponsors our concession stand. Be sure and give them a visit. They've always have something good and delightful to eat. If you're visiting to Columbia, there's lots to see and do
The
tomorrow
Walking
and
Horse
Saturday.
Report Online is brought to you by the Stallions of Spencer Benedict Stables. World Grand Champion, I'm Copperfield. World Grand Champion, Lester H. Burns. World Grand Champion, putting cash on the line. The Perfect Hawk, Geronimo. World Grand Champion, The Who. World Champion, Omaha. World Champion, El Zorro Star. World Grand Champion, Mr. True Blue. World Grand Champion, Jose It Ain't So. And spotted World Grand Champion, Trouble Rising. Call Spencer or Carrie Benedict today to book your mares.
Gildens, we're looking for 8 entries in the class 15. Class Riders' Cup sponsorship, Mike One and Molly Walters family. The class sponsor here, Janice Fostick. Roanoke, Virginia, the Challenge Trophy, the Frank G. Clement Challenge Trophy given by the family of the late Marshall Ledbetter Sr. Permanent trophy, Bruce and Kim Butler. Ribbons, compliments, Maple Crest Farm. Gate is open, looking for 8. Riders' Cup, 4-year-old mares and geldings. 8 entries have answered our gate call for the Riders Cup 4-year-old mares and geldings. Put them on the rail and show them at a flat walk, please. Judge Williams will call the class. All right, take them on, that'll run them off, let them walk on. Walk, back to a flat walk. Now reverse, please. 153 is Smack Dab with Jimmy McConnell up. 159 Summer Roses with Caleb Balcom riding. 174 In Her Honor with Dan Waddell up. 200 A Gypsy Moon with Lake Weaver riding. 212 He's Honor Bound with Ryan Blackburn, your exhibitor. 215 My Tangeray and Link Webb rides. 219 Kid Can Do with R.M. Kellett, your exhibitor. And 803 Tijuana Gin with Mickey McCormick, your rider. On the reverse now. Show you for 4-year-old mares and geldings. Show them at a flat walk. Now take them on, that'll run them walk, let them walk on. Show your mares and geldings, show them how to run them walk. Walk. Walk, please. Got a timeout? DQP, have a cast shoe. Callaway Dial or DQP, need your center ring. .212 has time out, needs a groom. .212 needs a groom. Time is in on 2:12. In the morning, if you're where you can listen to your radio dial, 101.7, Columbia's FM station, has a program called Inside Middle Tennessee. And featured in their talk show guest in the morning will be our show chairman, Callaway Dial, and David Sisk will be on there with the host. That's 101.7 on your FM dial in the morning beginning at 8 o'clock. Callaway Dial and David Sisk inside Southern Middle Tennessee. Thank you, Mr. Farrier. James Abernathy. Time is in. Shoe replaced. On the rail we go. At a flat walk, please. At a flat walk. All right, take them on at a run and walk, let them walk on. Walk back to a flat walk. All right, it's lineup time. Ringmaster says come to the north side. North side for the lineup. The Riders' Cup sponsorship for this class is by Mach 1 and the Molly Walters family. The show ring sponsors Janice Fostick, Roanoke, Virginia. Challenge Trophy is the Governor Frank G. Clement Challenge Trophy given by the family of the late Marshall Ledbetter Sr. here in Columbia. Permanent trophy by Bruce and Kim Butler. Ribbons compliments of the Maple Crest Farms. First tying the blue ribbon in the class to your right and around to the opposite side for the presentation. A Gypsy Moon, 200 the number, Lake Weaver the rider, Jimmy and Carol Lackey the owners, Lackey Properties, Shelbyville, Lake Weaver on a Gypsy Moon to the blue. Reserve in the class, pull to your left, same side, you're lined up, 219, Kid Can Do. R.E.M. Kellett is riding, Robert Deutsch, entry, Greensboro, North Carolina. Robert Deutsch's entry of Kid Can Do with R.E.M. Kellett to reserve. 212 is third, he's honor bound. Ryan Blackburn rides, Amanda Blackburn owns entry, Corbin, Kentucky. Ryan Blackburn, and he's honor bound, 212 to the third award. 215, My Tangeray is fourth. Link Webb is up. Lucky Collins entry, Bell Buckle. Link Webb for Lucky Collins on My Tangeray, 215 to the fourth award. 174 is fifth, In Her Honor. Dan Waddell rides, Ridgemont Farms entry, Blacksburg, Virginia. Dan Waddell on In Her Honor, 174 to the fifth tie. 153 is sixth, Smack Dab. Jimmy McConnell riding, Richard Donner owns entry, Dyersburg. Jimmy McConnell and Smack Dab, 153 are six. 159 is seventh, Summer Roses. Caleb Alcom, your rider. Duke Ingram, the owner, Jonesboro, Tennessee. Caleb Alcom and Summer Roses, 159 for Duke Ingram to the seventh tie. 803 is eighth, Tijuana Gin. Mickey McCormick riding, Paulette and Henry Atkins entry, Chatham, Virginia. Mickey McCormick on Tijuana Gin, 803 to the eighth award. Oh, let's take a look at our blue ribbon winner, a Gypsy Moon. That's Lake Weaver making the good blue ribbon ride. Jimmy and Carol Lackey on the entry, Shelbyville. Again, our appreciation to Janice Fostick for her sponsorship of the class. The Governor Frank G. Clement Challenge Trophy by the family of the late Marshall Ledbetter Sr. and permanent trophy by Bruce and Kim Butler.
Dale Steinmetz and Shannon Sims present their show ring champions and proudly bring you the Walking Horse Report Online. World champion Miss Heavenly Cash and Shelby Sims will be taking on the amateur mares and geldings competition. World champion and world grand champion, the Maiden, will be in the open and amateur 4-year-old Trailblazer with Lori Toon and Dale Steinmetz. And homegrown, Gin in Heels is taking on the 3-year-old mares competition.
There's one, need 3 more. Hey, come on, come on. All right, now that's the class. Close the gate. And on the rail we go. Amateur riders park pleasure horses at a flat walk. Judge Courtner will call the class. Show it a flat walk. Now to go on at a running walk, please. The amateur riders with your park pleasure horses, go at a running walk. Walk, back to a flat walk. Now reverse, please. .235 is Tennessee Gin. Gabriel Hummington is rider. .241 Just Hosea with Kim Leonard up. .243 Arm But Kiddin' with Jason Joseph, and .242 Chrome Curb Appeal with Paul Robbins riding. On the reverse now, let's go at a flat walk, please. Show it a flat walk. Three-year-old stallions, class 17, you go next. Now take them on at a running walk, let them walk on. Walk, back to the flat walk. All right, in lineup time, north side. The ability to stand quietly and back readily on command is a test required of all the pleasure horses in their pleasure classes. That's why you see the judges walking their lineup individually, requesting them to show that ability of standing quietly and backing readily. First tying the blue ribbon in the class for the amateur riders on the Park Pleasure horses is 243 Arm But Kiddin'. Jason Joseph is your owner and rider, Winchester, Kentucky. Arm But Kiddin', Jason Joseph, the owner and Reserve award in the class to 242 Chrome Curb Appeal. Paul Robbins is riding, Russian Creek Walker's entry, Dixon, Tennessee. Paul Robbins on Chrome Curb Appeal 242 to reserve. 235 is third, Tennessee Gin. Gabriel Hummington is your exhibitor, the owner and up from Republic, Missouri. Gabriel Hummington and Tennessee Gin 235 are third. 241 is fourth, Just Hosea. Kim Leonard, your rider. Scott and Kim Leonard on the entry, Franklin, Wisconsin. Kim Leonard on Just Hosea 241 to the fourth tie. Let's take a look at our Park Pleasure Blue Ribbon winner, Jason Joseph, the owner and up from Winchester, Kentucky on Arm But Kiddin'. And he's wearing a blue ribbon at the Columbia Spring Jubilee 72nd edition, 2023. Written in big letters on the marquee. Here it is, your show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the blue ribbon and the World Championship title will go to entry number 430.
World Grand Champion and 5-time World Champion, Minor Ordeal, and the Mona Dean family proudly bring you Report TV. Minor Ordeal is now standing at Sugar Creek in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Call 931-680-0897 to book your mares.
All right, that's your class. Close the gate. 10 entries have answered the gate call. All right. Put them on the rail. Show them at a flat walk. Judge McCreary will call the class. All right, riders. Take that deep seat, call on your 3-year-old stallions and show them how to run and walk, let them walk on. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention. Early season showcase of 3-year-old stallions working for you here. Walk. Back to a flat walk. Now reverse, please. 154 Almighty Jim with Jimmy McConnell up. 160's Burbank with Tyler Balcom riding. 162 Top Gun Maverick with Bill Calloway riding. 175 Jose Silver Legend Dan Waddell, your exhibitor. 195 The Crosstown Rival with Chad Way. 211 Sweet Black Gin and Ryan Blackburn is up. 216 JJ's Masterpiece with Link Webb showing. 220 I'm Doc Holliday and R.M. Kelly riding. 236 Gosh Almighty with Justin Legate. 239 Keeping Faith with Justin Harris. There you have it, a magnificent 10 riders and 10 3-year-old stallions ready to go on the reverse for you at this Columbia Spring Jubilee 72nd Annual Edition on a Thursday night. Riders Cup 3-year-old stallions. Show them at a flat walk. Go to the east turn, in the oval of the east turn for your lineup. Let's give our 3-year-old stallions and their exhibitors a nice round of applause. The Riders' Cup sponsorship for the division is by the Southridge Farm of the Howell family, Murfreesboro. This class sponsored by Gold Key Lock and Security Incorporated. The Floral Horseshoe presented in memory of Ms. Betty Tisher. The Challenge Trophy is the Mr. and Ms. Lloyd Huckabee Challenge Trophy. Permanent trophy from Ridley Retail Fixtures, ribbons, compliments of Maple Crest Farm. Floral Horseshoe will be prepared by Creative Touch Florist. Shelbyville will be presented in memory of Ms. Betty Tisher by Amelia Perry. Weather forecast for tomorrow: warm, dry, clear. Ideal night to be coming back to the Maury County Park tomorrow night. Showtime 6 o'clock. Bring a friend. Tell them what a Jubilee horse show we're having. The year of the Jubilee, our 72nd annual. Traditional show date always the first weekend of June. First time the blue ribbon in the class will ride to your right to receive all those awards previously indicated. Making that blue ribbon ride here on a Thursday night at the Columbia Spring Jubilee in the 3-year-old stallion class, 154, a Mighty Gin. Jimmy McConnell is riding for the owner, Mike Floyd of Columbia. Mike Floyd's entry, a Mighty Gin with Jimmy McConnell to the blue. Reserve honors in the class riding to your left, 160, Burbank. Tyler Balcom rides Dr. Barbara Morris entry, Jacksonville, Alabama. Tyler Balcom and Burbank, 160, are reserve. Third award to 211, Sweet Black Gin. Ryan Blackburn is up, Price, Hopper, Smith, and Cox on the entry, Owensville, London, and Corbin, Kentucky. Ryan Blackburn and Sweet Black Gin 211 are third. Fourth award in the class to 220, I'm Doc Holliday. R.M. Kellett is your rider, Lauren Holly the owner, Somerville. R.M. Kellett and I'm Doc Holliday, 220 are fourth. Fifth award to Jose Silver Legend 175. Dan Waddell is riding, David and Libby Dobb on the entry, Estill Springs. Dan Waddell and Jose Silver Legend are fifth. Sixth award in the class, 195, the Crosstown Rival. Chad Way rides, Brian Reese entry, Pikeville. Chad Way and the Crosstown Rival, 195 are sixth. 236 is seventh, Gosh Almighty. Justin Legate rides Natalie Legate's entry, Shelbyville. Justin Legate and Gosh Almighty, 236 are seventh. 8th award to 162 Top Gun Maverick. Bill Calloway riding, the entry owned by Bob Adcox, Lettuce, Pennsylvania. Bill Calloway and Top Gun Maverick 162 to the 8th tie. Now let's take a look at our blue ribbon winner wearing the floral horseshoe. And the tricolored ribbon of the night is 154 Mighty Jen. Jimmy McConnell making the blue ribbon ride for the owner Mike Floyd, Columbia. And across the board, unanimous selection of the judging panel for blue ribbon honors. Well, you've been a great audience, and we thank you for being a part of this 72nd annual Columbia Spring Jubilee. Come back tomorrow night, bring a friend with you, enjoy the horse show with good friends, good horse show music, well-prepared grounds, and great horses coming to Columbia. Showtime tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, be back here. Drive very carefully on your way home, remembering always, take your time and not your life. The important thing is to arrive alive. And until we meet again, may God bless.